Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Sea. Last episode, we went south, and souther still. And, well, we survived. We did survive, and got ourselves a Judgment's Egg. So, we're headed back to Rack. Just because I really want to get the propagandist now rather than later. Don't even remember their name, but, well, I need one, so might as well grab him. After that, plan is Visage, maybe Isle of Cats, and we'll see from there. Ah, wonderful. Except I only have a 25% chance, but that's fine. Go. Okay, that's fine. We also had that happen last episode. Or the episode before that. They do tend to blend together a little bit. Oh boy. Oh dear. Anyway. Sorry, still remembering the desperate trip back to London. It wasn't fun. It was not fun. It was quite stressful. Everything looked like it was going to kill me. We had 1 health and, yeah. Oh, God. Well, we had 1 crew towards the end there, but oof. Oh well. Anyway, not important. Right now, focused on what we're doing, which is diving, because we're going to be going to Rack first, and then Visage, and then possibly Grand Geode or Iron Republic, maybe. But the goal is Carnelian. Yes, Carnelian Coast. Sorry, Port Carnelian. Oh dear. They're both correct, technically, but names, best to have the proper ones. Could stop at the salt lions while I'm up here. Let's see what's around down here. Sound of something over to the left? Yeah. Nope. Not gonna bother with it. Oh, what'd you see? Extra terror, which is annoying, but fragments, which I do need, and I could kill this. Apparently they're slightly rare, so might as well. Might as well exterminate the species, you know? You're rare, and therefore I'm killing you. I'm like a whaler back in the 1800s. Bye. Didn't even get a hit in. Now, knowledge, please. You defeated a beloved. A cloud of oily bubbles signals the beast's end. Its indeterminable refrain of moans and burbles and plaintive whistles finally dies away like a harmonium going down a drain. Sad. Anyway, your bellies can wait. A job half done. And here I was, hoping you'd found me a challenge to the surgeon's size, setting aside a cleaver and reaching for the pliers instead. The beloved's underside is a network of old and overlaid scars, as though it has been disassembled and stitched together over and over again. The thing is more patchwork than creature. Who or what could have had the power to put it back together and send it on its way? Huh. Interesting, so you're basically a Frankenfish. Which, by the way, is an actual movie. You don't need to watch it, it's exactly what you expect it to be. But, anyway. I wonder if that's where they got the idea for it, or if it's something else. Well, doesn't matter. Unimportant at the moment. Rack is nearby. Hello. I wish to talk with the king again. Not really, it's kinda... I mean, he's fine, I guess. Bit too friendly for my tastes, but that's neither here nor there. Port report first, of course. So, hi. Something about tethered to the king? Hi, I'm buying that mirror of yours. It's one of the king's most treasured possessions. It will be expensive. And it is. It nearly killed us. And then I found out that I could have found another way to do this, but, well, that's neither here nor there. Buy the king's mirror. The fair king considers your gift, shivering behind its glass. Agreed, he whispers, tapping the surface and startling the thing within. It takes a dozen hardy wreckers to free the slab of ice. The reflection within it, the thin man, watches the work with curiosity. Calved from frost found, the king says. Keep it cold. May speak to Bourdain on your ship. Excellent. Part from the fair king. You will return. Inevitably. Can't taste the tether. Almost said I could, but I actually can't. I can, however, take this again? Because I've been told that you're supposed to use the song at the end of our work at Dahut. And yes, the other way to have resolved this quest is apparently to have tasted the tether more, and the king would have liked you more. Which would have been nice to know earlier, but that's fine. It's okay, I'm not mad. Nearly died. That's okay, right? I probably should just stick... Oh well. Well, going to Visage, I probably should just stay down there and got the port report from there, but oh well. Anyway, hi. Bourdain in ice. He watches you through the chipped, frosty surface. When you ask if he can hear you, he nods, curtly. Invite him to rejoin the Seven as their propagandist. This is a good choice. He leans forward, the ice distorting his reflection, and opens his mouth. Is he trying to say something? There's no sound. He repeats the gesture. Does he mean? You lean in and breathe on the ice, fogging it. Bourdain gives a minuscule smile. Then he raises a finger and begins to draw a message in the fog from the other side. He writes backwards, which necessitates some deciphering. I never left. In an awkward method of communication, but over the next few hours, you manage to piece together his tale. Bourdain is relatively content with his current state. After the Seven's defeat, he attempted to hide in Frostfound. He failed at the Ruby Room, and this Visage was trapped in the ice. He has a number of agents in the Neath, though, and they are able to communicate with him via... You can't really follow that bit. Suffice it to say, esoteric means. Is he ready to resume the Seven's cause? He writes a final message in your breath. Liberty, equality, eternity. Glorious. Ah. So that's another one in the Seven on our side. And I do believe, let me just check real quick. Journal, rather. Let's see, we have the financier we're going to have today. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Healer, possibly, and then we're done. I just have to convince Batuk, heal Rosina, and bribe the Fierce Philanthropist. Well, not really bribe, I'm just helping with her charity work, so, you know. Charity, I guess? It's technically not a bribe. That used up my something away to you. Someday, Visage, someday. Just not today. Unless if you want to refresh right now, that'd be great. No? Okay. That's fine. As a sort of delaying tactic while we wait, let's go to the Iron Republic. I also want to grab a little more fuel. Just cause. Come on. A little bit faster. I'm impatient, what can I say? Ugh. You kids and your coils of rope that try to kill people. Yes, this is the thing I actually was concerned about. 12 double bone dice, and 7 Stygian ivory, okay. Huh. Yeah, okay, that's not happening today. Anyway. Buy up as much fuel as you guys will let me take. It's just me, or is this... There we go. Oh. Compile our port report, though. Ugh, lost 2 pages. Come on, guys. Oh well. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Should avoid it. Should have avoided it. Didn't. Oh well. We'll make another trip to the Isle of Cats, just because I kind of want to wait for the Something Awaits You to refresh and spend time at Visage, but... Well... I suppose I could just do it on a return trip. If I was so inclined, just go Port Carnelian, Isle of Cats, Rosegate, Pigmote. I suppose that's a workable route. Meh. Of course, all the way... The reason I would use that specific route is because eventually we want to make it to... Dahut. Huh. Sorry, I think there's something wrong with my headset. There we are. Unfortunately, my headphones are dying now, which is kind of sad because they're the only ones I've found that sound right. Anyway, hi. Compile a report, please. Thank you. Was there anything in your shops that was useful? Not really. Bring me down to 9,600 echoes. No reason not to. And moving along. Yeah. I mean, I bought the extra fuel for a reason, right? Yep, still discovered those two. Question, are there 2 abysses then? Something we'll have to look at later. Right now, let's worry about this. Oh, hey! One of those little whales. Hi, we'll deal with that later. Recruit her to the 7. Will she assume her husband's role as the Cabal's financier? Perhaps a donation to her charitable work would steer the conversation where you need it to go. She's preparing a dispatch of comforts for the patient inmates of the Animescence Hospital in Adam's Way. The poor things, their souls baking, their bodies fevered. Indeed, the world is unjust. If only were possible to do more, you intimate. Charity, after all, can only mitigate the symptoms of tragedy, not prevent it. The philanthropist peers at you. What are you getting at? You allow her to coax it from you with the application of sherry. Though she knew the rough shape of her husband's former endeavor, this is the first time she's heard the full story. Now it's all she has left of him. She's hungry for it. She leans forward, cheeks flushed, eyes dark. You debate and quarrel and conspire all through the night. As the servants are beginning to rouse, she shakes your hand with a fierce grip. I'll join your 7. You've my support and, more practically, my pockets. The cherry is gone, alas, but she raises an empty glass. Here's to bloodying death's nose. My kind of lady. Do need this soldier, though, for reasons, you understand. Probably should go for some coffee. You know what, why not? Make for a lovely bribe at the Khanate. Now, this one. Hi, I just want to kill you because, well... Again, you're a rare creature, so that's kind of what I do. The behemoth stash. Oh. Well, fine. We'll answer one of my other questions and just dive right here. Because I imagine this... Every time there's a vortex, I've seen an abyss underneath it. I'm curious if these are 2 different abysses, then. Nope. Doesn't look like it, just vortexes. Okay. I mean, it's fine, really. Was there something crawling over there? Oh, there's a thalate back there. I just don't feel like it. Not you, it's me. I'm just not feeling it tonight. Rosegate. What the heck? Get ourselves another port report. Become better. And we have time to go to Visage. Hello. Gather up the bones. Perhaps you mean to bury them. Perhaps you have other uses in mind. I have other uses in mind. Thank you. Oh. You and your crew don suits and descend to the Z floor. These bones have been badly treated. Most are little more than splintered fragments. Occasionally a spinal column still cleaves to a skull like a long tail, or a torso remains intact. You gather up what you can. Back in the Zub, you throw a shroud over the sorry remains. Was kind of hoping for, Stygian ivory, but those work too, I guess. I suppose didn't pay attention to what kind of bones they were. Hi, yes. Don't really have the patience, so taking a pamphlet, bye. Now to Visage, where we can hopefully gain something that will allow us to heal Rosina repeatedly. I think it was just expertise in parts that we needed for one of them, and I'm hopeful. I am quite hopeful. Of course, I'm making the assumption that it actually heals her and doesn't make her condition worse. Well, we'll find out in a moment. I say we will, but it's more likely going to be an extra day for you guys just because time. But, Well. Go ashore, inward and upward. All those who enter must play their parts. The sign is visible only after you've crossed the threshold. On the lower slopes, stone buildings, flat roofs, archways. In the architecture there lingers a memory of lotus and palm frond. The hill above is a face, forever looking up at the ceiling of the Untersee. No one inhabits its cheeks or the hollows of its eyes. Well, checking at the customs house, one may not wander Visage at will. Okay, now, we've tried the bat mask. Didn't end well, as you might imagine. Locust, though, it's more my kind of thing. It looks voracious. Hunger for all things. Moonmoth settles the locust mask over your head. The eye holes are covered with a thin gold film through which valuable objects gleam more brightly. May you find a happy harvest, says Moonmoth. Then, when you've partly turned away, it double knots the ties on its purse as though you're likely to pick its pockets. Doesn't it know you can see it? Most likely does. Visit the Library of Parts, so called because all the books are fragmentary, perhaps. Not quite accurate. Stoop at the lintel, enter the dark. A room of heavy stone guarded by a golden statuette of a woman with outstretched arms. The scroll niche is sorted to correspond to a variety of masks. The jackal and the lioness, the crocodile and the dung beetle. A woman in the mask of a lotus blossom is standing at a lectern, reading in silence. Moonmoth stands to one side as your escort and tour guide. Tempting. Steal the most valuable-looking scroll for later sale. It's the sort of thing a locust might do. Slight risks, but we'll go for it. Excellent. More and more gilt-edged scrolls, papyrus bound with emerald green silk bands, poems of the traversal to the realm of the dead. Into your sack they go, leaving the scroll niches bare. Moonmoth does not see what you do. The carapace of your costume hides everything. Expertise in parts. Lovely. A quick visit to the Flood Court. The Moonmoth speaks as though you should already know what that is. The Flood Court is a long stone room with 2 ranks of columns on each side. Currently, the court is ankle-deep in water, though water stains on the stone show that the flood has often reached higher, sometimes up to the height of your waist. In a raised niche at the far end of the room sits a statue of a man with the head of a ram. He holds a jar from which water flows out onto the floor. Egyptian god of the flood. Gather coin from the flood court floor. Apparently people use it as a wishing well. We'll do that in a moment. Oh, just Moonmoth stands to one side as your escort and tour guide. Okay, good for him. Hi. Gotcha. You wade into the water and begin gathering coins. People watch you from behind their masks, but no one tries to stop you. After a moment, the other locust masks in the room swarm with you, 4 and 5 and 6 of you together, scraping up the coins from the bottom of the pool, working your way along until everything is gone. It's just how a locust ought to behave. One more, perhaps. Because I do believe I need to get it to 3. And? As expected, you are not sneaky enough. Moonmoth sees what you do and confiscates the sack bulging beneath your carapace. He does not, however, seem angry. What else would the locust do but take whatever is available to be taken? He awaits you outside the library with unruffled calm. Excellent. Trade masks with the Moonmoth. It's been making subtle overtures for some time, you only now understand them. It's keen to go. It draws you aside into a closet in the customs house. Had enough of Visage, it tells you frankly. Here, you take my mask and pretend to be me, and I'll trade in the visitor mask and get on some departing ship. Get my life back. Its face, no, now you see her face, is aging but unlined. A lifetime of never needing to use a facial expression. Delightful. Well, now that we're the Moonmoth... Which one? I'm curious. Visit the side of the face. The stone cheek of Flourishing of Years is visited as a pilgrimage by the inhabitants of Visage, and if you are in good favor, you too may go. At the proper time. You must, of course, wait until your work with this day's crop of frogs and locusts is complete. It would not be suitable to bring them along. Tempting. Ah. Interesting choices. Well, up on the hillside, the buildings become scarcer and then vanish entirely, leaving you looking at the bottom of a great chin. Study ancient marks. Tiny pictures march across the stone. Love and labor costs. The picture tells a story. This is the face of a woman, flourishing of years, who once was loved by one of the nobles inhabiting the island. But then she, what's this pictogram? Ascended, bloomed, flew away. And consumed with grief, he assembled those who carved great things from stone, and remade the whole surface of the island. There are several more lines after that, which narrate the cost of the labor contract for the workers, and what was done with all the stone that was carted away, and the compensation given to those who had formerly owned the houses on what is now Face territory. Curious. Ascended, bloomed, flew away. Presumably died, that's the obvious thing, but maybe something else. Silently observe the attitude of the visiting lion. It's paying obeisance to the face, although we could. Well. Service and worship. You contemplate the lion for some time. There's an arithmetic sequence to the count of bows that it performs to each feature. The eyes, the nose, each lip. It's hard to know whether lion is meant to be her worshipper or her lover. Perhaps the two functions are not very distinct. When at last the lion's bows are complete, it passes you with a slight snap of its masked jaws. It was rude of you to stand there watching. The moth watches visitors, it does not watch citizens. To do so has violated the strictures of both your roles. I know, but I was curious. So the lion is either worshipper or something else. I wonder... Well, meditate on the meaning of the face. It offers many forms of inspiration. Flourishing in eternity. The citizens give many meanings to the face. Perpetual beauty, stasis, the idea of looking upward into an unyielding darkness. But most of all, they speak of the idea of someone above looking down. The face is not convenient to view from down here. It would look its best from the perspective of the ceiling of the Untersee, beyond reach. Interesting. So, my theory is that the lover of Flourishing of Years, the person who was inspired, well, No, because Flourishing of Years is the one who ascended, and this is her face. So, not sure. I suspect someone maybe went to the roof, or it could just be the obvious thing that Flourishing of Years died, and this is a monument to her, but regardless. Enter the hollow of the ear. It is a place of still greater pageantry. This is a journey of several steps and may conclude your current visit. I also don't have a choice, so thanks for telling me that. A proud nose. It's a festival day. The great stone face has been illuminated from forehead to chin with blazing torches, so that the profile is visible from the side more clearly than you've ever seen it. Flourishing of Years is awake, says the genderless figure in the crocodile mask. I'm certainly not going to depart now. All the denizens of Visage are walking towards the ear together. There's a place in the procession which belongs by right to the wearer of your mask. No. Well, can't do that, and probably is a bad idea. Fall in line with the others. How else will you discover what lies within? Among your own, you go as though you were truly one of them. You carry nothing with you but your mask and your costume. May your heart be as light as a feather, says the woman in the lotus blossom mask, as you fall into line behind her. Inside the hollow of the ear, the road you follow leads up through switchbacks along the side of the face, and finally to the ear of Flourishing of Years, and into the cave that is her ear. The tunnel bends back on itself, and all lights have now been extinguished. There's nothing to guide you but the hand of the person behind you on your back, and the movement of the person in front of you. The one who walks beside you wears a bat mask. Fortunately, the floor of the tunnels is very smooth and presents no stumbling blocks. The sound carries strangely in this place, however. Sometimes you cannot hear your own footsteps, and sometimes the breath comes back to you audible from some place ahead in line. Continue, there's a secret in the dark. in line. The footsteps of the people are steady and synchronized, and you go together. For how many years has this been done, and for how many will it be done in the future? Watch your step here, says Batmask to you in an under voice. Its accent is the accent of Wolfstack docks. Floor's about to get squishier. And sure enough, it does. Disturbing. At last the tunnel opens out. You and all the other congregants spread out in a cavernous space. A voice speaks in the darkness, a ritual preparation. Here at the New Year, we gather under the one mask of Flourishing of Years. Her face is turned to the gods. Protected by her mask, we may remove our own. Protected by her script, we may speak outside our parts. Here and there is the sound of people fumbling with ties and strings. Your own face feels different with the mask off. He says. Tell one of your own secrets? I suppose we could. Or we could just wait and listen. There are things here to learn, perhaps to your advantage. Not much for blackmail. You move stealthily through the dark, hearing one knot of conversation and then another. The secrets exchanged do not offer much leverage. You can't see the owners of the secrets. Here and there you catch the smallest fragment of something that might serve you on the future occasion. The memory of a voyage east, a half-rumor about the Carnelian Coast, a muttering about the Admiralty, and I'm just now thinking, hey, if I brought a flare here, what would that do? The hour of confidence is drawing to its end. If there is anything else you need to do, now's the time. Do nothing. Let the ceremony end according to the proper rites. Last bell. At the end of the hour, there comes a woman with a feather of shimmering silver, which she tucks into your hand, symbol of the innocent heart that will not be eaten by the jackal. Oh, thoughts are occurring. Anyway, then a bell rings and the time of speech is over. You all begin to put your masks back on. It's possible, you cannot know for sure, that in this cover someone has exchanged a mask with someone else. It's an orderly and perfect line that emerges again from the ear of Flourishing of Years. If anyone watches from above, they must surely be satisfied. Yes, the thing that occurred to me, if I had run away, or if I had launched a flare, lit a flare, don't really have anything to launch it with, would my heart have been eaten by the jackal? End your performance and leave the island. You can't stay in character forever. Calmer. When the other citizens are distracted, you find your way to the familiar customs house and rid yourself of mask and robe. There's satisfaction in laying aside a role well performed. And a loss of some terror. No shops here, right? Yes, of course. Alright. Progress made. I am curious about some of the other possibilities there, but it's not something we had a chance to explore. At least not today. Maybe in the future, but not in the very near future. In the very near future, we're headed Pigmode Isle, just cause. Then Dahut. Then onward to Nook. And then we're going to try again to heal Rosina. We're hopeful. We should be able to recruit Batuk. That should not be an issue. Rosina is going to be the last big issue, and then we'll have united the Seven once we've resolved her. But for now, thank you for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I shall see you all soon.